Perfect. Grab your foam roller and your drink is handy. And we're gonna start with the foam roller and you're on your back and we're gonna do some bridging. So lift up here's your roller high and go up and down. Everybody's good. And just as everybody comes in, you're going up and down with your bridging foam roller. And now if you don't have a foam roller today or you don't want to add the extra intensity, you could do bridging without your foam roller. But we're going to add it for variety and for challenge if you have it. When you're on the foam roller, if you would like to make it harder, you keep the foam roller kind of close to your glutes. You gently point your toes down, and that'll make your hamstrings work more. Now you're going to go to the higher position here and do little pulse. So 1 or 2 inch pulses, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, and 5, 4, 3, 2. Now lower. At this point, just hug your legs in. This is a stretch. You can rock left, right, left, right, left, and right. Now we're going to put the feet back on the roller and have an option of when you curl up, lift up your right foot towards the sky. I like to think of it as a pencil. It's that straight. Drop your hips and lift them. Now you only have 1 foot on the roller, 1 foot in the air. 4, good. 5, 6, 7. Now you should feel your glutes a little bit more than you do when the feet are on the floor. Now we're going to take that foot down and we're going to go lift up the other leg. Drop down and up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now switch your feet again, left foot down, right foot up. And at the very top, do about a 1 or 2 inch pulse. 10, 9, 8. Lift up and down. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let that foot down. Take the other one up and do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Lower that foot. Inhale. Now lower your spine. Now this time, take a happy baby stretch. So your hands, if they can reach your feet, take them. If not, just hold on to your ankles or shins. Now I'm going to add a rock if you would like. 5, rock left and right. 2, and 1. Now we're going to lower the feet down again. Curl your spine up. Once you feel pretty settled, this is a small curl. Push the roller a couple inches forward and back. It may feel like you're rolling out your feet. So there's a little bit of knee opening and closing. If you want it harder, gently point down through your feet and that'll make your hamstrings activate more. It is small but effective. 4, 3, there's your hamstrings. 2. Now lower, lift up the right leg. Hold on to the underside. And now if you can, extend your left leg. It's okay if it's on the roller. I just want to add more stretch. Point and flex that right foot. Point and flex the right foot. Point, yeah, see how it warms up and it gets bigger in the pointing and flexing. All right, pull the toes back and hold that stretch. Same leg. We're going to do the other in a moment. Same leg, but it may get closer now. Inhale. Whew. Lower that foot or ankle on the foam roller. Lift up your other leg. Okay, now point and flex. Your focus is on the top foot and hamstring, but it's okay if your bottom foot wants to point and flex with it. Now you're going to pull your toes back towards your shin and pull that leg in closer. So you're in a hamstring stretch. Hamstring, hamstring, pull it in, pull it in, pull it in. Inhale. And exhale. Lower down. Now this time take the foam roller longer. So your calf ankle is on it, but you have a little 1 inch knee bend. Lift up and down. It won't feel very huge. Go up and down. Up and down. Exhale, up and down. 5. Now try to keep your legs as close together as you can, and that'll get the inner thighs involved. Up and down, up and down. And 1 more. Okay, now long arms like you're trying to touch the wall behind you. Inhale. If you would like to add on, reach your arms forward, tuck your chin, come up, and gentle stretch over your toes. Now, if that was really hard, just come down only part way and then back over your feet. So here's a modification, part way. But if you want to keep going, go long, stretch like you're trying to touch the wall behind you, tuck your chin, peel up, and then come back. Inhale, long arms, and exhale, up and over, and down, and up, and down, and up, and down. Inhale, and exhale, roll down. All right, a full body stretch. You can even shift your arms and legs. 5, 4, that's it, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're gonna do a pull in the foam roller, a leg pull series. So curl your spine up where your feet are still on the foam roller. Now you're gonna lift up your right leg, and the leg goes to the foam roller and back up to a hamstring stretch, flexing and pointing. Keep the hips in the air. Breathe in and out. Make sure your neck is soft. There's a little pencil space underneath it. You could slide. Inhale and exhale. Can you feel your hamstring and calf stretching here on one leg and working on the other? Now that foot's going to get on the roller. Readjust if you need to. Go up in the air with your bridge and lower the left leg towards the foam roller and lift it up towards a hamstring stretch. It might even go past vertical. Breathe in and out. 6 and out. 7, 8, 9, 10. Now let that foot down and then curl and then take a full body stretch. Now we're going to do the roll up again, but we're going to add an option. So take an inhale, tuck the chin, go up and over. Now, if you would like to add on, bend your knees and you're going to feel the roller come in when your torso's down. Exhale, you're going to feel the legs go long and the roller go away from you. And then you're going to bend the knees in. And you're going to try to do it with control. Inhale and exhale. And I got to just adjust my body and bend as you roll your torso and up. Now, when you're up this time, pause and then bend your knees. So now you're like a little cannonball right here. So I'll wait just for a moment. Now that we're together, now lengthen everything. This is a variation. Now bend everything and kind of like you're crunching your thighs to your belly. Now lengthen everything and exhale, crunch everything, tuck your chin. Okay, 2 more, but if you need to rest, do 2. 1 more. All right, full body stretch. Nice job. Now take a sip if you would like. We're going to use our foam roller on our belly downs. And when we're on our belly, that is where we're working our swan muscles. So still use your roller and put your elbows, forearms. Let me grab a sip first. On the pinky side of your hand on the foam roller. Okay. Now you don't have to use the foam roller, you can use the floor. And you inhale and you come up by pushing your arms down, and then you lower. You got it. Nice, Jean. Pinky side of your hand, that looks good. Inhale. Now this is at your own pace, so like let's say you're ready to breathe in, come up. As you're ready to breathe out, come down. Inhale. Inhale. Now we're going to hold it up, lift, 10, 9, 8, 7, good, neck is soft, 6, 5, 4, 3, lower yourself. We're going to do that 2 more sets of 10. So get ready, inhale, come up, 10, exhale, lower. Now we're going to do this one more time. Go up, and lower. Now, child pose, or if you want to add the foot stretch with it, curl your toes under and then push back child's pose with a foot stretch. Heels straight up. 5. Now we're going to use the roller for the plank. Your roller will be now at your shin side. So you're going to change up your body or your foam roller. So for me, I'm going to put the foam roller towards the other side of my mat. And I'm going to put the forearms on the front side, the shin ankle on the foam roller. So get ready to take a plank, but with your shins on the foam roller. Now just hold, just feel how that's a little harder on your arms. Challenge, your arm challenge. You'll have to you pull the belly in. Hold 5. Inhale. Now rest for a minute and we're going to turn sideways. Now, you can put one foot in front of the other on the foam roller or stack them. So I'm going to show the staggered first. So staggered is one foot in front of the other, top foot in front. Now hold 10. Feel that's a little bit more challenge on your arms and a tiny bit more stability required, right? Because the foam roller could move. Now lower your hip. Let's do the other side. I am just going to change where my foam roller is because I want to see you for corrections, but you can just flip over if you want. I'm going to stagger the feet, meaning the top foot slightly in front of the other. It's more surface area on the foam roller. Hold steady. Breathe. Inhale. You got it. Now lower your hip. Now I'm using the foam roller at the calf ankle. We are. And your fingers are going to gently, most of us are going to have them pointed towards our booty. Lift up for reverse plank. Soft knees, 10. Lower your hips, and you can sit any way you want to. Take the fingers down like you're trying to touch your finger to the underside of your hand. Take your fingers down like you're trying to touch the underside of your fingers to your hand. All right, grab a set, but then we're going to do a forearm plank again. Now what we did was static. Now what we'll be doing is adding on movement, mobility. Okay, that's more of a challenge. That means you know the modification is a static posture. So let's say you're doing a forearm plank, your ankle calf area. I like to turn the toes in too, so I'm more on the muscle. So try that. I don't want your bone to hurt. Forearms down. You're going to go into plank and either hold it for your modification or bend your knees underneath you and then extend them. Now you may need to toe in, like I said, or you may need to start with the foam roller a little closer to the knee side of your shin so you have room to do inchworm. Feel your abs, breathe in and out. If you've ever wanted stronger abs, here's a good exercise. 4, 3, feel your belly pull in. 2, 1. Now rest for a moment, child pose. Sideways plank. Now your elbows down. I am going to change it. The option is stacked feet, so one's on top of the other. Try it. If it doesn't work for you, go back to staggered. So it's a little bit harder. Hold. Yep, it's a little bit harder. You have less touching. If it's too hard, just stagger your feet again. Breathe in. Now lower your hip. Now we're going to do stacked feet on the other side. Your modification is staggered. Right heel, right elbow underneath. Now feet are on top. Push up and hold. So you have a little less help with balance, don't you? Yeah. Yep, 8, good. Breathe. Inhale. And then exhale, lower. All right, really good. All right, now we're gonna go through the front plank again. This time it's gonna be like a pike, which means your knees are long. So bring the foam roller to the back end of your mat. Put your forearms down on the front end of your mat. Toes curl, internally rotate, legs internally rotate. All right, now your shin near the knee has the foam roller. That way you can lift your hips without running out of room. Lift up, long knees this time. 3, hike, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, we're gonna go on our side. A lot harder. Now, I'm gonna offer the staggered foot position. That's one in front of the other before we add on. Let me get that straight. Hand behind your head, just to prepare. Lift up. Now, make sure you're not folded in the hip. You're not like kind of forward, you're open. Now rotate. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now lower your hip and notice how that was harder than when we do it on the floor. Take this roller on the other side. Elbow down. Now, staggered foot position, meaning the top foot in front of the other. And lift up your hips with your hand by your elbow and straighten your hips a little bit, Catherine. So really kind of maybe push your hip forward just a bit, 2. So there's no fold. Good. 3. Rotate. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now lower your hip. Now grab a sip. We're going to take an emotional break, a mental break, because that stuff is hard, a bound angle. So your feet soles can go together. Lean into it and just enjoy the release of tension. So if you accidentally accumulated tension or shoot, those were hard, just let it go and relax your mind. 10. Take another inhale. And then exhale. Now that could be a backup plan if you want to stay there longer. I am going to offer a reverse plank with a leg lift option. So you could do reverse plank, you could do reverse plank with a leg lift, you could do reverse table, you could do bound angle. So lift up. If you're adding on, lift a leg, lift, good. Good. 6, 7, 8, 9, Now lower. Now lower your hips. Massaging your carpals looks like this. Hold hands, move your hands in a circle. Circle the other way. And take the palms together and lower them until they separate. Palms stretch. 5, 4, good. 3, 2, inhale. And exhale, we'll do a little shaking it out. Nice job. We're gonna go back to our belly down swans. So if you need to sit, do it, but then we're gonna go belly down on the mat, arms on the foam roller. Your hands are wide, arms are wide. Inhale, go up and lower. Go up and lower, and long arms. Good, keep your elbows long. Pinky side of your hand towards the floor. Now, find a place where you feel like you can stay. If you can add on, stay up, right hand touches your hamstring, put it back. Left hand touches your hamstring, so you're on one arm, right arm to hamstring, left arm to hamstring. All right, 4 more. 3, 2, both arms on and lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, inhale. And exhale, lower down. Relax. Now, get rid of your foam roller for a moment. So you may just kind of get it out of your arm's way. Once it's out, you have room to put your hands beside your hips, palm down for most of us. Unless that is bad for your shoulder, then put it palm up. Inhale, lift your upper back. Lift your hands, lift your thighs. Now lower. We're going to go up again. Inhale, lift. And lower. Now we're going to rest for a moment, but then we're going to do it one more time. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower, push back, child pose, knees wide, like you want to try to put your belly between your knees, and breathe diaphragmatically. Inhale. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to take the foam roller again on the foot or back end of our mat. Grab a sip if you'd like. This is a very short movement with your plank. And it's going to be forward and back. The motion is shoulders, and you kind of roll 2 to 3 inches on your foam roller. Now you're in a plank, elbows under your shoulder, extend your legs. Now I like to toe in like I mentioned earlier, so I'm on the shin muscle, not the bone. Now barely shift forward and then barely shift back. Breathe in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. 4, 3, 2, recover. Now I'm going to show a recover where you can do child pose like that, or you can bend your knees and wiggle them right and left. Either way, whatever, just mix up your recoveries, or like puppy dog pose. Good care. 5, 4. Okay, now lower your feet down again on that foam roller. Get your elbows underneath you. This is gonna be a diagonal inchworm. So put yourself in plank. Now you bend your knees towards your left elbow and then you straighten them. Now you bend your knees towards your right elbow and straighten them. Towards the left, right, kind of like this little oblique focus. All right, try up to 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now rest. I'm going to get rid of I'm not going to get rid of the roller. I'm going to make the seated position not important. I want you to be comfortable, in other words. I want you to take the roller behind your back. So can you see how I'm kind of walking it up? Catch your elbows if you can. Let me get in closer. So you see how I'm using the roller as a stretch tool? For me, it hooks in my elbow well. It may be that you need it lower, but see if you can kind of, so I'm not even trying. You see how my arms aren't even trying. But if you look from the side, hot dog, I've got a passive shoulder stretch. Yeah, you can sit any way you want to. I mostly want you comfy. Nice. So see if you feel a shoulder stretch, but you don't have to work at it. Lift up through your neck, lift up through your upper back. And yes, it's almost like you want to relax. I just have friction of my skin hanging on to that. Your the left side of your foam roller, Karen, might be able to go up an inch higher. Do you feel it? Yep. There you go. I want to make sure it wasn't from your pain or anything, but if you're not in any pain, you could do that. Now 5, this is the coolest way to just, like, if you just walk into your exercise room and you grab your roller, you can do a shoulder stretch this way. All right, now let it go. Should feel like, it's a little easier to stay upright. Now we're gonna add on, have a seat with your legs in front of you. Now they can be glued. Go up and over, and if you want to go all the way down to your forearm, you can. Up and over. Breathe in and paint the beautiful sky with big stretched out hands. Like, fingers are long, especially if you have any tightness in your hands. Let this be an opportunity. Now, can you pull your toes back and stretch your feet wide, just like you are your hands? And can the feet separate, the toes separate? Breathe in. And we are going to hold the side, so hold 10. Go up and over to the other side and hold. You can find little angles that work for you. Come up. Now let the legs go open, wider than your shoulders. Open, excuse me, rotate and then reach. Rotate and then reach. Rotate, reach. Rotate, reach. Rotate, reach. Rotate. Nice. Okay, now your inhale is just gonna prepare you to go down, and relax your neck. And then gently come up. Now legs glued together. You're going to open up, rotate, rotate. This is called the twist. And try to keep your feet together. In other words, don't let one shift past the other. That means your hips aren't stable. So are you rotating the same right as left, or do you have to, like me, add a little conscious effort on one side to make it even? Now let your hands down, and one hand could be on your thigh and one hand could be behind your back, and hold aside. 10. Open up. Exhale, hold the other side for 10. then open up. Now, very gently inhale and exhale forward. Don't worry, we're not gonna be here too long, but just try to feel your back hamstring and glute. Calves. Come back up, and the rack posture looks like this. One arm up, and this big stretch is part of the stretch. So you mobilize, you're moving the scapula. Now, once your hands are behind you, make sure the elbows are soft and lift your heart. Notice how it's kind of like the foam roller stretch. Inhale. And then exhale and come back down. All right, now take your, this is an arm stretch, take your arms out, but pull the fingers down, like you're trying to touch your underside. Now pretend like I'm behind you and I'm pulling your wrist. And hold, 5. Good, thumbs together with the first finger, make a really stretched out 3 fingers, catch the 3 fingers on your jaw. Ulnar and stretch, form stretch, good. The thumb and the first finger are surrounding the eye orbit. Breathe in. Yeah, the 3 fingers are under your jaw. All right, now shake it out. We're gonna come back to the forearm plank. You can grab a sip if you want. The foam roller is gonna be on one end. Now this is gonna be an oblique pike. So what you do is your forearms are down, your shins are on the foam roller. You lift up your hips, but a little bit more towards the left, and then you do plank. You lift up your hips a little bit more towards the right, lift up your hips more to the left, lift your hips more to the right. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, now rest. Get rid of the foam roller for a moment and see if you can prop yourself up on your forearm. At this moment, I'm on my left forearm. It's okay, we're gonna do everything, so if you're on your right, it's really okay. Lift up your top leg, go forward, up, and around. You can think about a beach ball you're tracing. 4. Try to keep the upper body stable. 5, 6, point. Breathe in and out. Now at your 10, pull your toes back, go the other way. Same leg. Then you're lifting up through your ribs. Neck is easy. Now lower this body down on your arm or a pillow. Take the top leg ahead. Now point the bottom leg and you're gonna draw circles. Point, reach, flex backwards. Now we're gonna do everything on the other side. Take your arm like a pillow. Oh, excuse me, not a pillow yet. You're gonna prop yourself up like a tripod. Take your top leg, point, draw circles. Think about a beach ball. Some of the circle is in front of your bottom leg and some of it's behind. Then we get all those glute fibers. There's a little waist help, a little oblique help. Lift up. Pull your toes back, go backwards. And maybe one leg feels harder. My left leg feels just a little bit harder than my right. See what you feel. Now take that arm down. Take the leg ahead. It's in a little stretch. Don't let it help by pushing on the floor. Take your bottom leg and point and draw circles. Relax your neck. Pull your toes back and go 10. Nice job. Now, this exercise is for your glutes. Let your arms be a pillow underneath your forehead. Lift up your right leg, lower it, lift up your left leg. Lift up, lower, lift. 6 more, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now lift up your legs and flutter like you're swimming laps. 10, 5, and relax. Lift up your legs and tap them together. Tap the feet together. Inhale. And then child pose. You can pull your toes under and stretch out. And grab a sip if you want. We're going to use the foam roller, and it's going to feel a little bit planky, but we're also going to use it to roll out our quads. So if you ever have knee tightness or knee constriction, this is going to help. Your foam roller is on the back end of your mat. Not as low as before. It's on my thighs. Then your forearms are down. So see how you're still in a plank. You have to use your abs. Now roll from, let's just say, not your knee, but maybe an inch or two higher than your knee towards your pelvis. Right now, your legs are neutral, meaning the toes are, they're probably just towards facing the floor. You're not pointing them, but they're facing the floor. Now see what you feel in your quads. You have to use your abs a little, and you have to use your shoulder blade stabilizers. So you're doing a bit of a plank or a plank here. Now toe out like Charlie Chaplin, point your toes towards the side, and now you're going to get more inner quad. Breathe in and out. You ever notice when something's hard, it feels like you want to hold your breath. So breathe in and out. Now toe in towards each other. So you're pigeon toed. You might even have to separate your feet a little bit and roll back and forth. Now it's a little bit more outer quad. Woo! Now make it a little bit more left leg. I don't care how you do it. It's just sort of like you bias your left leg a little. Yeah. Good. That's it. It's kind of like an oblique rotation here. Now bias your right leg a little. Breathe in and out. 5. Make sure you're feeling your abs help you. 4, 3, 2. Now, this is, go back to neutral. If you want to try this, you can bend your knees and straighten them. And if that's too much, just do the straight leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, we did good. Now, we're going to take, notice how that feels. Now we're going to get our side. So this is a side plank in essence. Your forearm is on one side of your mat. And just do your plank cues. Your top foot could be on the floor. And what that does is help it make it not so hard for your bottom leg to get rolled. You're basically going to roll from the greater trochanter, this big bone here, towards a couple inches shy of the knee, but never on the knee. Breathe in, breathe out. Notice that you can, let's say here, I'm going to rotate towards the sky a little bit. So now I'm kind of getting that back hamstring, back IT. Right? Now notice if I rotate towards the floor a little bit, you get kind of that outer quad, vastus lateralis, and IT. You may notice a particularly potent area, the TFL of your pocket muscle, your left front pocket, your pocket that you're rolling. 10, 7, 5, 3, and inhale, come out for a moment. Sometimes when I do that, now it happened here, I put my feet out, you can put them out. This one's now a little longer. So it needed releasing. And you feel it, and you can feel it. Feel how it's a little different.
around your legs. So the right, have a band, more of tightness on my right and not so much of that tight band. Let's do the other side. We put your forearm down. The other leg is sideways. Your top foot is on the floor. Now back and forth. In general, you're going from that big hip bone, greater trochanter, side of your hip. Hip is such a vague word, so greater trochanter is the big roundish bone on your side. Now you're going towards the knee, but you're not rolling out the knee. You may be 2 to 3 inches shy of the knee. And I have noticed now this one's tighter. I'm surprised. What do you notice? Breathe in and out. Usually my left IT is tighter. Now if you roll towards the sky a little, you get that outer hamstring. If you roll towards the floor a little bit, you get that lateral quad. Five, 4, 3, 2, inhale and exhale. Let that go. Woo! Okay, guys, let's get one of the favoriteest, your upper back. Now, the upper back is on the foam roller. Your hands are kind of like a little cradle. Lift your hips like bridge. Now go forward and back. So notice how we still work the muscles, like bridging muscles, glutes and hamstrings. And you're gonna roll your upper back and your shoulder blades, your scapula. Experiment. You can do a slight back bend here, especially since your hands are in the cradle. Your head's in the cradle of your hands. Breathe in. Now what you could do is tuck your chin, and now you're in more flexion. Just see what works for you. You could do, mix it up, flexion, extension. You can roll a little bit more on the right and kind of get that right scapula, especially if you've got shoulder tension, more on one side or upper back tension. Now roll the left one a little bit more and just try that. If you tuck your elbows towards each other, you get a little bit more rhomboid in that medial border of the scapula. Most people have a tight spot, elevator scapula, at that superior medial border of the scapula. So the inside top corner of your scapula, and that muscle, it attaches to your skull. So some people even get headaches in the back of their head from the tightness of that muscle. So I'm going to roll that out a little bit here. Not my neck, but the top of the scapula. Breathe in and out. 3. And now we're going to turn sideways. Get that armpit muscle, the lat. Rear deltoid. Back. Good. You feel how that lat twists back there? It's an incredibly strong internal rotator, which means it turns your arms inward, which means if that keeps going, you'll feel tightness in your shoulder and it won't perform as well. And you'll feel like you're rounded forward or your shoulders are rounded forward. All right, back of my shoulder, sorry, I should say back of our shoulders, there's a little bit of a rear deltoid you can access to.
Breathe in.
Now what we're gonna do is sit for a moment and not rush to the other side, but just for kicks and giggles, go like that. Breathe. And then try the other side. All of a sudden I feel like more sticky and fasciated up on the side I haven't done. And it didn't feel like that before, but since this one's so free, now I feel a big difference. Try the other side. And you're rolling out the back of your armpit, and it's a twisting lat muscle. So you should feel it. If not, try it a little further back. You might need the deltoid more. The triceps accessible here. Big hitter usually is the lat. It's such a strong internal rotator. Now, your hand is like a cradle for your head. Your arm is like a cradle for your head. Breathe in and out. Your feet are kind of helping you go back and forth. Breathe in and out. 5. This also keeps our body springy. If you think about a mountain lion, or what's your favorite animal in the wild, even a dog, you see that springy nature they have, or a cat. Or think of I haven't been to Africa, but think of like a lion running or something like a gazelle. That springy, elastic nature, cougar, jaguar, that's what we want. Bobcat. All right. Okay, let's try a stretch. That's it. And then let's try a stretch, just feel it. So nice. We're gonna get the hip, which is a lot of your favorites. I saw my first mountain lion a couple years ago at Gunnison Black Canyon National Park in the nighttime when I was driving, and it was just looking. it didn't look springy. It just was like, why is there a human here? So that was pretty neat. But then when it did finally move away, it was slinky. It was elastic. So that's what we want. We want to be elastic and pliant and not rigid like the tin soldier. So can you feel what I'm doing is stretching out a hip and I'm rolling it out. And there's so many good places. So sit bone to high pelvic rim. You can get your greater trochanter here, that side, big circular bone. It's all good. There's no wrong way. 10. This is like the secret sauce if you've been trying to get your hips open and you've been doing the stretches with me, but this is like the secret ingredient. All right, try it on the other side, ankle to thigh. Woo! Okay, I just found out my left hip was tighter, didn't know that. So see what you feel. Go to sacrum, go to sit bone. Your body will guide you where you need the attention. Oh, yep, get high on that, like your waistband on your pants, get high up on that pelvic rim. That's glute medius. Think of more side, see if that trochanter needs it. Towards your sit bone may need it. There's no wrong answer here. Your body will guide you. 10. Yeah, maybe you need to go back to the other 8. I hope that feels great. Now put both feet down and just kind of roll out your booty. You can deviate right, deviate left, just kind of see. Just a little bit. I don't want to be on our hands too much longer, but 5, 3. Now we're going to do a fabulous posture stretch, which is, and I just want to thank you guys for having your foam rollers today. It's really fun to be able to mix things up when everyone has their props. Thank you. Let your head down and arms open. Now, the Y or a T or a field goal post is like a
a general place, but you want to make it for you. Can your arms rest? If not, lower the hands. If they need more, take them up higher. There is a bound angle you can do here. If this feels comfortable, your feet soles can be together and your knees wide. Relax. Carefully slide off. You may need a pillow or a yoga block for this next one. Your upper back is our focus. That's where most people get rounded. Now your head goes to a lot of people will need a yoga block, or you know how your yoga block, it can tilt up, or a pillow. Your arms are out like a yoga post. Your feet are probably going to be on the floor. Now, if you feel comfortable, you can lengthen them, but make sure your upper back, your neck is just going in line. Breathe in. Breathe in. One more. Let your hand help you and gently come up. Now the last one will be sacrum underneath, foam roller under our sacrum. So you can put your feet up on the wall and let the blood flow happen in our favor, relaxing the vessels and giving the vessels some relief. Now your low back's also getting decompressed, and just let your natural vibration rise. It's one of ultimate wellness. Peace, satisfaction, calm, steady. Release the foam roller. Whenever you're ready, start coming up towards a seated position and towards the front of the room. I want you to breathe into the lungs, breathe into the upper back. Feel how open everything is. You may notice it's easier to sit with your shoulders open, that you're not having to fight your body. They just kind of are more open. Now breathe into that. And there is something called a pain posture pattern, and it can happen even when there's not pain. And that's where the body tries to go back to a posture that it needed to preserve itself in protection of pain. So you don't want to go back to that. It's kind of like a mental habit too. You want to be conscious of this new fascial pattern of openness, lightness, release, flow, ease, clarity, the bones just feeling lighter, like they're more stacked, the muscles feeling relaxed, and they're strong at will, but they don't need to be tense until you need them to be. So you want to notice that during the day. So if you start walking like you're feeling tight again, it may just be your mind and not your muscles. So you're a conscious observer. You want to feel that new you, which is your original you, open, clear, focused, light, strong at will, but not tense until we need it to be.
So notice that. And then this becomes your baseline. Your normal baseline is this fluid, open, clear place. Whenever you're ready, come back into the room with so much appreciation. I hope you feel fabulous. Thanks for the openness and receptivity to all the wellness in our bodies. I love mixing it up for us, and you look great. Bye, guys. Have a good day. Have a fabulous day. Bye.